All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tactical Thursday. This is the week after Thanksgiving, December the 5th. I appreciate you all being here. For those of you who are hopping on the YouTube, do me a big favor, smash that like button, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell so that you can get notified when these go out. And I would greatly appreciate it. Hitting that like button will help me make more videos. And honestly, it's for the YouTube algorithm. So I would appreciate it. Tonight we're going to be doing some Q&A. I've got some questions that have come from the Tactical Arbitrage Facebook group. And I've got a few things that will show inside of TA itself. Um, I am a little bit jet lagged. I also have a case of the man flu, which for most people it would kill them and put them in bed. But I want to be here and have a little bit of fun tonight. So we'll get rolling. Of course, as always, there are giveaways. We've got bags from iLoveSupplies.com. We've got a couple of IP alert extensions. We're going to give one membership to Tactical Arbitrage Academy away, and then, of course, 2 Tactical Arbitrage t-shirts. And I'm going to drop the link. All you got to do is put your first name and the first initial of your last name. Oops, let me copy that, not open it up in your in this Google form that I'm dropping. And let me drop it over here on YouTube as well. Drop that there. You fill that in, and then we will draw from the wheel of, or the wheel of names at the end, and then I get those out to everybody. So got to give a big shout out to my buddy Jonathan over at I Love Supplies. They make some of the best poly bags in the business, and he's also just a really good dude, especially for giving away things. So let's dive in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Greg, what is a Schrodinger's toothbrush? That is a great question. I buy a lot of things for myself, usually from meh.com. It's meh.com. And I bought a Quip toothbrush because they were on sale for like $5 or $7. Well, meh.com ended up getting sued by Quip over these toothbrushes. Quip said that they were stolen property. They were selling these items that they lifted off the back of a truck and so on. And the founders of meh.com actually sold their first business, Woot, to Amazon. So, and then they started another e-commerce business. And these guys are pretty legit. They've been around and been in the game for a while and know that they can't be sourcing those kind of products. So when that all went down, it took like 6 months to actually get the toothbrush that you ordered. And if you said, hey, keep my $7, I want the toothbrush when you are allowed to actually sell it to me, we're going to send you out a t-shirt. So they made up a t-shirt called Schrodinger's toothbrush, and kind of made fun of the whole process, and actually ended up posting the manuscript of the court case online. So it was kind of a fun thing to be a part of. So, all right, let me share my screen here. We're going to do this one. All right. So, really need to know the best way to learn how to use TA. Well, you are in luck, Samuel, from New Orleans. Thanks for being here, man. Tactical Thursday is one of the best ways to learn. Ask questions. Join the Tactical Arbitrage Facebook group over on Facebook, of course. And when you get stuck, ask a question there. Myself and the thousands of other members will pipe in to give you an opinion, as well as facts, links, and all those kind of things. And then go out and practice. The best way to learn is really to practice. You can't break anything. There is a reset button if you screw anything up too awful bad. And that really is the best way to learn tactical arbitrage. All right, so one of the questions I got this week was, what are the best ways to use TA to calculate all these crazy couponing, sales, etc., that are going on right now? So honestly, the first thing we need to talk about is we need to talk about staying on top of all of the sales that are going on. And we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's difficult to practice all the time. And actually, you know what? I want to step back a little bit before I dig into that. Samuel, your question kind of popped off in my mind. Something I was reading this week, and it was actually a quote by. Bear with me 1 second here. I saved it in my commonplace book. 1 second. Oh yeah, it was by Ralph Waldo Emerson on his essay on compensation. It was called "Do the Thing and You Shall Have the Power," and that was a quote from essay on compensation, but it was in a book I'm reading called The Slight Edge, um, and essentially, not to get too philosophical or anything, but essentially, you really just have to try, and that's really what it takes. So that's the way that I have learned, is just trial and error, figuring things out, knowing that I can't break anything. I'm probably not going to make a fatal error. And while I do put out a lot of content about TA that you can consume, it will never help you if you actually don't put it into practice. So what I would suggest is see something that I'm doing, or take an idea that you may have, and then go and just test it out, because that really is going to be the best way to kind of get some experience under your belt. Let's see here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about couponing, sales, etc. So the very first thing that you have to do is you need to be able to keep your finger on the pulse of what is happening. Now, salesgazer.com, of course, is something that is partly my brainchild. But this is a great way to make sure that you catch all the emails from all of the sites. You can see that this inbox here, I've not cleaned out in a long time. This is completely free, it costs $0. And it just lets you get emails. And they're searchable. So if I wanted to go here to Target, I can pull up all the items from target.com. And now I've got all 5,000 emails from target.com. And sorry guys, I'm going to be pausing a lot to take sips of water, but this is probably one of the best ways to keep up with emails that are going out. And June says, how do you get the emails in SalesGazer? So that's a great question. You go right up here to this little gear icon, and in the gear icon, as soon as it loads, sorry, my computer always goes wicked slow once I start recording here. But once you hit that gear icon, it's going to take you to the newsletters. You can choose the country. So we're going to choose USA, and then it will show you all of the sites, and you can see which ones I am subscribed to. You can click on that little button to select all of them, and then you can subscribe to all of them. You can suggest new sites, you can unsubscribe, whatever you might want to do there. Really easy to use. From there, you just go to the inbox. You can search for things, you can just look through them, whatever you want to do. You can delete it. It acts like a regular email inbox, but this is a nice, easy way to be able to keep track of all the emails that are going on. Okay. And a great way to know where the sales are happening, because typically places send out emails. So like I was talking about, if we go back to Target, we pull up target.com, what we're going to see is we're going to see that there's electronics deals, there's furniture deals, buy two get one free on Disney clothes, clothing, and decor, and these ones are all from today and yesterday. Okay. And we can search whatever we want or just go through them. The other place that I like to check out is dealspotter.com. Dealspotter.com will tell you about sales. They also tell you codes and all kinds of things that are out there. So let's see here. TJ Maxx, for example, has free shipping on all orders over 30 bucks. So that's great. And then Kylie Cosmetics, if you've never ordered from there, they've got 10 bucks off your first order. Spanx.com has 10% off your order, which is site wide. That's awesome. So this is another really great place. You can actually go in here and subscribe to these sites as well. So if I go to if I go to my feed, I can see these are today's codes for stores that I follow. I can expand this open, and I've got a bunch of other sites in here as well. Nike's got a 25% off deal. I keep expanding this. I can see what else is going on. Okay. So it's just a nice long feed of what's happening. Okay. And then one other place that you can check out is, I'm going to blank on it. Shoot. There's a link to it right inside of Tactical Arbitrage. Bear with me a second, guys. Brain is a little fuzzy. Yeah, RetailMeNot. RetailMeNot is another great place to check out, and they'll give you, they'll let you know what kind of sales are happening and so on. Come on, there we go. So you can see they've got 15% off a certain brand at Macy's. Nike has a code for $30 off 150 bucks. So all kinds of things in here that you can look at. So the best way is to just make sure that you're keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening. Once you find a deal, a discount, a sale, you go in and try to stack as much as you can on top of it. So if we know that, if we know that Nike is having, we saw a deal spotter that Nike is having like 25% off or something. So we can go there. We also know that at Nike, they've got $30 off orders of 150, which you may or may not be able to stack. You'll have to find out. And then on top of that, we can see if we can find any discount gift cards. Let's take a look and see if Nike has any discount gift cards. Search for Nike here. Come on. So at Ray's, Nike's got 5% off gift cards. And then we know cash back, we can get, I'm not going to use Be Frugal, but I will use Top Cash Back. I can get 10% cash back at Nike. So I can get 5% off on gift cards. They've got a 25% off discount. There might be that $30 off $150 order. So there's a ton of things in there. Do I need to do something special to get the RetailMeNot button to show up in TA? No, it should show up everywhere where there is something available. So tell me if you may not want to tell me what site you're trying to search, but there are going to be sites where RetailMeNot may not show up. Trying to see if I can find one easily here. Of course, it's going to be on all of them. There's one, a1supplements.com. it doesn't have one. So it may not, perhaps it does not show up for XPath sites. So if you're using an XPath, maybe it's not showing up in there, but it should show up for most things. Let's see, what add-on was I using to find those discounts? Well, that Chrome extension is called Rev ROI. Full disclosure, I built it. It's something that that I made, and it's available. So just Google Rev ROI and you should find it. Yeah, right. Cyber Monday had crazy cash back. One of my favorite stores, Walgreens, had like 20% cash back. It was insane. All right. Now, unfortunately, the question was, you know, how do we use TA the best to make sure uh, we're staying on top of these? One, we have to realize that we are not going to get to everything. It just happens. There's just too much out there. But two, it's just to stay alert. Keep an eye on your email or SalesGaze or whatever you're using. Keep an eye on some of the larger sites like DealSpotter, RetailMeNot. Your cashback sites often tell you when there are sales, and just kind of have those in a folder. I have it. You see up here in my you see up here, I have an arbitrage folder, which allows me to easily get to some of my favorite places, just to make sure that, you know, they're quick and fast, and I can check them every day. So that really is the best way to do it. I wouldn't get crazy with spreadsheets or anything like that. You know, just have yourself a standard operating procedure of, this is what I do. I check my email, I look for sales, I then go to RetailMeNot or DealSpotter, and I check for coupon codes, and then I check for cashback and discount gift cards and things like that. How do you spell Rev ROI? It's Rev, REV ROI. R Romeo, E Echo, V Victor, ROI. Let's see here. When looking at some products, I sometimes only see 2 or 3 fulfilled by merchant offers, way overpriced with a high BSR due to the high prices. Question is, can't I get in as an FBA with lower price but still profitable? What am I missing? Afraid it could be IP issue, or will lower price help, or just move on? So that's a great question. So what you're seeing is, you're probably seeing something where people are drop shipping and they're putting in these crazy high prices, just hoping for a sale. So what I would do in that instance is, I would look at Keepa and I would see if the product has ever sold at a lower price. And I don't have a good example for me to show you right now, but these are pretty easy to come across. If the product has ever sold before at a lower price and it's profitable, then I would absolutely send it in FBA at a lower price, as long as I'm profitable, and I would sell through it. Okay. You're probably not going to have an IP issue. I mean, there are brands out there where you're going to have an IP issue, but even fulfilled by merchant will get hit with an IP claim. It's not just FBA. So I don't think that that's a bad thing at all. Now, some people will say, well, why would I lower the price if these people are on it at such a high price? Well, the thing is there is a price that the market will bear. And if these people are these drop shippers are pumping the price way up, just hoping to grab a sale, and you come in at a price that's still profitable, but is a price that the market will actually bear, then you'll be able to see that product sell through in a lot of cases. I actually did this with it was a trap thrower. A trap thrower is a machine that throws like clay pigeons that you shoot with a shotgun. And this trap thrower or trap machine was like $90 purchase price. It was sell for like $200 is what it was selling through at. But some people had it fulfilled by merchant for like $400. So I sent mine in and lowered the price to 200, where I had seen on Keepa that it had sold through before, and I sold through mine really quickly. I'd love to be able to find products like that every single day, to be quite honest. Let's see here. I have noticed that lists are available. OA Cheddar. There's OA Cheddar, OA Feed, FBA lead list. There's several of them. Show the promo code available for store discounts. Are they using a software to get those, or are they doing it manually? They're doing it manually, just the way I showed you. They're going to RetailMeNot. They're going to Deal Spotter. They're going to the website itself. They're subscribed to all of the emails. They just have a team of virtual assistants looking through those and then looking for the deals once they know where there might be a discount. For example, there's a cosmetic store that I frequent online today that's having a 20% site-wide sale. I know that because I saw it via the email they sent me. So then I checked cash back, and I checked for discount gift cards, which there are none, and there's plenty of profitable products there because of that discount. Let's see. They do a Big Willie style. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. The next question that came up. Uh, variations. So, show of hands or a yes, in the comments or whatever. How many of you um, either get stuck on variations like shoes, clothing, bras, or don't sell because you're not sure about them? Got a bunch of raised hands. Okay. All right. Let's talk about variations and how we can figure them out in tactical arbitrage. And I will be completely honest. I don't sell a lot of them because they can be intimidating, and clothing and shoes is just not my forte. My forte is beauty products and things like that, and electronics a little bit. But I'm dangerous when it comes to variations. So let's talk variations of what we can do. GDL, is there an all-in-one that checks gift cards, cashback, and sales? Not really. No, there's not like an all-in-one. I should probably add like sales to Rev ROI. I'm not sure what that would do to my server fees. Excuse me. Okay, so I always like to go with this example, and Amazon is on this particular Nike shoe, but it's a great dad shoe to look at. And there's not a ton of colored variations, but then of course inside of the color variations, there's going to be a ton of sizes. Okay. And there's a couple of ways to figure things out. So first of all, I've got Rev Seller. And if you don't have Rev Seller, this is, other than tactical arbitrage, this is one of my favorite tools. There's a lot of things that it can do. It's got a calculator. It tells you the dimensions and the weights. If we actually select a size, let's do size 12. Then what we can do here is it'll actually allow us to check out the variations. But this is like 97 or 77. I've got a discount code on it, but it's 97 or 77 a year, okay? And it gives you some variations here. However, it only goes back oh yeah, this only goes back to November 6th of 2019. So it only gives us less than a month's worth of data. So what we want to do is I'm going to grab this ASIN. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come over to Tactical Arbitrage. I'm going to go to my dashboard. And this one's going to take a while, okay? We're going to go to this product variations area right here, and we're going to paste that ASIN in, and we're going to say that we can get this shoe for $10. Let's say we find it somewhere on clearance for 10 bucks. We're going to fetch the information. Now, it's going to take a moment to load. So Greg says, when looking at a variation, is the BSR, the bestseller rank, is it for the parent or is it for that one variation? So 9 times out of 10, especially in shoes and clothing, the rank is for the parent. So that means that it is for the entire listing, not just that particular size and color. And what you'll see is if you have a Keepa chart, you should see that the sales rank history is of the parent ASIN and not of this specific variation, okay? Now, what you're going to notice, though, is that in some other categories, I'll actually pull up a product for you. Peppermint. Here it is. What you're going to notice is in some other categories, not that one. Where is it here? Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Like grocery or health and beauty, sometimes the variations will have different BSRs or bestseller ranks. So what we're going to see here is this particular variation, the 1-pack, is ranked 17,098 in grocery, but the 2-pack is currently at 179,000 in grocery. So these variations, this parent-child relationship, has 2 different sales ranks, okay? And we can see down here, there's no red little warning sign that the BSR is for the parent only, which we're going to see on shoes and clothing. So the long answer to that short question is it depends. In shoes and clothing, it's typically going to be on the parent ASIN. In some other categories, it might be for that particular ASIN. Okay, now back to tactical arbitrage. Once we have input that ASIN into the product's variations, we've put in our price, we've hit fetch data, it comes and it grabs all of this data for us. So we get the title, we get the ASIN, we've got some links right up here, we've got the rating, etc., and so on. And we can see the estimated monthly sales of 596 across all variations. And we can see how many reviews there are, etc. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to hit this green analysis button. And then we're going to fetch X amount of pages. Now 649 pages, we're going to sit here for probably 10 minutes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this go and grab 10 pages. All right. That's going to bring back 100 reviews. We're going to fetch these. And what this is going to do is it's going to give us a ton of data on the size and the color that was sold. Lionel says I usually test run variations or bring them back in stock. Yeah, bringing variations back in stock can be awesome. I know someone who I was in a clothing and shoe group, paid group for a while, and they brought a product back in stock that was ranked 7 million in clothing and shoes. And they brought it back in stock and sold it within a week. So if the data is there, it's absolutely worth a shot. Okay, so once the analysis has been done, Tactical Arbitrage goes out and finds the number of reviews for every single color and size combination. And what we can see here is that out of these out of the 10 pages, we've got 127 reviews, okay? Or I'm sorry, that's 127 entries. It went back and got 10 pages of reviews. Apologize. So there's 127 variations. And what we can see here is that this defaults to the percentage being the highest. So the color white metallic silver midnight navy in size 11, the epitome of dad shoe, sells 4% based on the number of reviews. So 4% of people pick this particular size and color. Same for size 9.5, and then this black on black size 10 is right behind it, or right with it at 4% as well. So these three are the best selling based on number of reviews. Okay, we can see their price here is at $48.75. If I can actually get this at $10, I can make 23 bucks in profit on these. Okay. And then it goes on and on. Okay, we can see that this black on black 13 extra wide is at 3%, and so on. Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, we can actually see the number of reviews, okay, for the color. So this white metallic silver midnight navy has 31 reviews, or 31.3% of the reviews. The black on black actually has 37 reviews, or 37.4% of the reviews. So even though this particular color and size combination have the most reviews percentage wise, the color black on black has the most sales based on variations. And then down here, we get to see the same thing for size. Size 11 has 8 reviews, or 8.1%. 9.5 has 9 reviews, or 9.1%. And size 10 has 7 reviews, or 7.1%. So what we can take from this is that if we were to buy black on black in size 9.5, we should easily sell through this product. Okay. You can also go up here and see that if we buy any of these top 3 or 4 or 5, we should be able to sell these fairly easily as well. And we can see that this one is not in stock, but it has a good amount of reviews. So if you brought this back in stock, you should also be able to sell this. Sorry. So that really is all there is to variations. You want to stick with the most popular colors and sizes, whether it be a pair of shoes, a bra, shirts, shorts, or anything like that. Okay. I only did 10 pages here. I would suggest that if there are, like, this has 640 some pages worth of reviews, I would do a lot more than just 10 pages so that I could get a larger data set to figure this out. But go there. And then the other thing, I'll have to find it here. I'm trying to figure out where it might be. Let me see. Sorry, bear with me. I just want to look and see if I can find, excuse me. I don't. I'll have to find it and share it with you guys when I get the opportunity. But Kim and Perry Coughlin actually have a guide for their shoppers based on variations. And so what they do is they say, listen, if this is ranked under 25,000, then it doesn't matter how many variations there are. But if it's between 25,000 and 100,000, then we only want this many variations. And it's a really great guide to use. So I'll find that and I'll share it with you guys when I find it. Bob, I'm brand new to all this. I don't understand where I can buy these shoes for $10. I don't know that you can. This was an example. That's all. However, there are lots of places you could buy shoes for $10. I could buy Crocs pretty much all day for $10. But it's all about searching. But this was just an example. If I could buy these shoes for $10, this is what they would be profitable, where they would be profitable at. Does this program show you where to buy them? Yes, that's what Tactical Arbitrage does. It goes out and it takes the data from two sources and figures out what products are profitable on Amazon. That's what Tactical Arbitrage is all about. All right, let me go to the next question here. Could you go over strategy and tips on scheduling searches? I know how to schedule a search, but it would be nice to have searches running for me automatically all of the time, in addition to the ones I manually set up for a sale. Or how can I schedule a search for a sale I know will be happening in a few days, and rest assured it's going to find all of this? I'm going to pass on that one. That one's something I really need to make a video on separately. Best reverse search strategies when using keywords. Yeah, Bob, you don't need to apologize for asking questions, man. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer questions, help out any way I can. All right. So let's say that you want to reverse search keywords. The very first thing that I would do is of course here in reverse search, you can do a quick keyword search, okay? And what you're going to be searching here is you're going to be searching for a single keyword or a string of keywords. And what I mean by string is like instant mashed potatoes, or kids socks, not necessarily kids socks and instant mashed potatoes. Okay. So what I would suggest is that you come up with some things that you want to search for. For example, I know that I like to sell beauty products. So I might look for things like skincare, or I'm trying to think of some other things. Makeup palette would be another one. So what I would suggest is that you take some time and actually write down some keywords that you think your buyer or who you hope to sell to is going to be looking for. So, and to be quite honest, so for example, let's go to Google. Let's say that I don't know, but let's say that I know that I want to sell beauty, skincare, and makeup items. What I would do is I'd actually go to Google and I would say, what makeup do women buy? That would be very easy to do. And then I come across an article like this, and I'll come up with some keywords. So makeup would, of course, be a keyword, and maybe professional makeup. I'm probably not going to get as specific as lipoic acid lip plumper, but maybe I want to search for the brand name Perricone. I know that brand name. I could look up makeup bases, makeup powders, bronzer. I sell makeup. I don't even know what the heck a perfecting powder is, but perfecting powder. And I come up with all of these eyebrow pencil, lip pencil, concealer. So come up with a big list of these keywords, okay? Think of as many as you can. They can be silly, they can be off the wall, but they can be anything. Okay. Lip plumper. I don't even know what that is. And then I would start doing these keyword searches. So if we want to, let's see, what was one here? Concealer. So let's go with concealer. Now, I have a choice here. If I type in concealer, it's very possible that I might get myself some sort of paint. I actually know of a product that's called a concealer that is a paint for washers or appliances. Okay. So if I type in concealer, I could then go to categories, and I'm just going to look in the beauty and personal care category. So now I've got my keyword search in here. I'm going to do just beauty and personal care, and I'm going to hit search. Okay. If I were doing something that were a bit more broad, let's say that I just want to look for action figures, then I'm probably going to leave the category off, because there could be an action figure in sports and outdoors. There might be an action figure in who knows, books by mistake, and I want to see those. Okay. But with concealer, if I know that I'm just looking for makeup items, then I really just want those in the beauty and personal care. And someone says, I always have luck using keywords in reverse search, but I don't get results using Asons. Are you doing 1, 2, or 3 Asons at a time, or are you doing like lists of 25,000 Asons? Here's what I would suggest about doing it. Okay, just one. So when you're doing a single ASIN, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I believe that it's a waste of your time. This quick search is great, but I don't think that it's using the tool for what it was meant for. What I would do if I were looking up a single ASIN, for example, if we go to Amazon.com and I want to pull up let's say I know that I want to sell a, a Clinique concealer. Okay. I know that there's one particular item I'm looking for. Let's say this line smoothing concealer. And I just want to do a reverse search on this. Honestly, I would just highlight the title, right click, and search Google. Because it's going to be, that's what that's for. That's what Google is for. Okay. I can see here Clinique. I can see it here at Sephora. But tactical arbitrage is really meant for bulk. Okay. So I would go in and get 5, 10, 15, 25,000 ASINs, and I would import those bulk product codes into tactical arbitrage and let it run really, really large data sets, and go from there. If you start doing that, then you'll have luck with doing ASIN reverse searches. So, and the best way to grab those ASINs are going to be keyword searches on Amazon, or storefront searches, or whatever you want to do on Amazon with Storefront Stalker Pro is going to be your best bet. Mark, how do you set your filter? We've talked about this in some previous Tactical Thursdays, but your filter needs to be set really wide. Okay. So what I suggest is that you put in your source price adjustments, put in your discounts. Okay. Put in your store discounts, any gift cards that you might have, put in your state sales tax. This is literally how I have mine set up. So if I know that, so I know of a store right now that's having, they've got 30% off, okay, at the store level. I have another 20% discount that stacks on top of that, and I can get 3% cash back. Now, I'm going to leave the cash back out because I count it just as a bonus, okay? but I've got my 30% store discount with a code. I've got my 20% discount on top of that, which I'm putting into the gift card, okay, even though it's not a gift card. It'll count the same. And then I'm going to put in my state sales tax because this needs to be shipped to me. So I'm going to end up having to pay state sales tax on it. I remove if estimated sales is less than 1. All right. I don't use any of the other filters. I put in my cost and my fees. So this is my cost for prepping. This is my approximate cost to ship. I put in $1 in profit and 10% ROI. And then in my other filters, if I'm doing this one particular site where I know there's a sale, I'm also showing Amazon out of stock results, and I'm leaving the reverse search for more sources turned off. Okay. And that's as difficult as, or that's the most filters that I use. Okay. Once you start really going much deeper than that, you're going to cast off items that you might want to see that you wouldn't see otherwise, or you're not going to see as many results because I will sell things that have a low ROI and a low profit figure, especially if it's selling faster. Okay, so I want to cast a wide net, and then I want to go through them. In the view data. Okay, and I've talked about how to quickly go through the view data in some other ones. I won't go through that tonight since we're an hour in already. Speaking of that, since we're an hour in, I'm going to make sure anybody who showed up now has a chance. But if you want to, like every week, win a copy of IP Alert or a membership to Tactical Arbitrage Academy, or bags from iLoveSupplies.com, or a Tactical Arbitrage shirt, make sure to drop your name in the Google form. And at the end of the show, we'll make sure to pull some names out from the wheel of names. All right, let's see here. Blushing. I did not know Storefront Stalker Pro would get Asons from a page. Thought I had to be in a storefront. Huge revelation. No. So that's what's so awesome. That's what I love about Storefront Stalker Pro. If you don't have it, message me. I've got a $25 discount on there. But the cool thing is like we could go in and we could just type in action figures. Okay. And then I can go in and so there's over 100,000 results here. That's too many. So I want to go 4 stars and up. So now I've got 4 stars and up, and I want to go down to the actual action figures department. So now we're at 9,000 results. And from here, I'm going to right click, go to Storefront Stalker Pro, grab all Asons from this seller page, and I'm going to let it pull down all 400 pages for me so that I can go in and put this into put this into Tactical Arbitrage. One of my favorite ways to search. Mac is in the house. My man Mac from California. Dude, so Mac is an animal. Mac had back surgery during Q4 and was out doing retail arbitrage within 24 hours. He's a manimal. I'm going to close that down so it's not pulling up time here. Let's see, June, is there a way to limit the amount of mismatched results that you get? So I would need to see what kind of mismatches you're getting. If they are quantity mismatches, for example, you see on Amazon that it's a 2-pack, but on the store it's a 1-pack. That is typically an Amazon API issue. So when listings are created on Amazon, you're supposed to put on the back end how many are in a package, and that data then will get served up to Tactical Arbitrage. And a lot of times, even if people are like, you know what, this is a bundle, it's 2 bundled together, it's a 2-pack, a multi-pack, they'll say that it's 1 because it's coming in 1 package. which is the wrong way to do it. But I mean, that's just the way it is. The Amazon catalog, while it's large and you can find anything that you want, it is messy. So there's not a great way to get all of those. Now, what I would suggest is that if you want to take some time to fix them, you very well may be able to go in and find some gems that other people are not finding. Now, there's a couple of other things that you can do. One, under the remove filter products, you can remove products if the Amazon title contains the words, and you can put in things like case, pack. You can put 2, 3, 4. You put in quantity, QTY, and actually spell it out, quantity, and all those words that may kind of filter, may bring up a multi-pack, okay? You can pop those out of there right in the remove filters. The other thing that you can do, let me go to my dashboard here. What I prefer to do is I'll go to my view data, and the very first thing that I will do is I will use my on-page filters, okay? Because what you're going to see a lot is you're going to see that an item that is a pack of 1 on the source site, say Target, and a pack of 5 over on Amazon are showing up with a huge ROI, okay? So what I would do is I would go to my gross ROI, and I would say that I only want to see things that have between a 30% ROI and maybe 150% ROI, okay? Now I've probably gotten rid of a lot of these, okay? We can see that I've gone from 16,000 items to 3,944 items that are between 30% ROI and 150% ROI, okay? And you can see that I've actually got these set up by gross profit. So this particular item here showing me a $300 gross profit on there. There's got to be something janky with it a little bit. So what I would do is after this, you just start going through them manually. Okay. Let's see here. How do you get to keep a chart in your results? Steve, great question. I was asked that earlier today. This is called a history chart. This is what Tactical Arbitrage has on the view data page. It's also going to be on your saved data page. You go here to the manage columns, and the history chart will be something that you can toggle on and off. You say, I turned it off there. I turned it on there. I want it turned on, and then I can also move it around, okay? So I like to have mine right at the very front so I can see that first. Once you make those changes, hit apply, and you now have the Tactical Arbitrage history chart on your results page. Let's see here. So far, the only time I bought 10 of anything was paint pens. Was for a 12 pack, not a single pen. Yeah, that happens. You just got to watch out for those. So the one thing I always like to do is I won't go in and buy blind. Like these look like a perfect match, okay? But if I look here in the corner of this picture, there's a little something over here which looks just a little bit different, okay? But other than that, these look really, really close together. But before I went and bought something, I would be opening this up and looking at everything just to make sure that I know what's going on with it. And that's a great way to figure things out. Am I full-time FBA? So the answer to that is sort of. I work for myself full-time. I do not have a job working for the man, if you will, but I do some other things besides Amazon. Amazon makes me enough to pay all the bills, and then some of the other things I enjoy, like teaching and marketing and things like that, are a little bit of cream on the top. That's because I am the man. I am the man. My boss is kind of a jerk. Um, yes, for those of you who signed up signed up on that Cyber Monday deal, I'm going to be holding that webinar on Sunday evening, I believe. I'll be sending out an email shortly, just waiting on a few things. Chris, when you were trying to make great leaps in reselling, how were you scaling up? Did you ever use those profit guides, how to make $1,000 a month in profit? Those things were not really around when I first got started, so I never got around to using them. Um, there are a couple of things that I had to my advantage um, when I quit my job and jumped into this full time. One, I have daily payouts. So my cash flow has always been a little bit faster than some people's. Okay. So if my product sells today and ships today, then I could actually be paid for it tomorrow. Of course, then the 2 days or 2.5 days that it takes to get from Amazon to my bank. Now, of course, there are services out there that can help you with cash flow now. One, there's credit cards. There's also payability, which I won't argue whether or not that's a good idea, but it's out there. It's available to be able to kind of get the money to you faster. Excuse me. Um, but no, so I never really used the guides. I wouldn't mind looking at some to see if they're any good. I'd read through them. So if you have some, send them to me, and I'd be willing to look through them. Well, yeah, and coach, basketball season starts up again 1st of January, and we are excited. Me and my son been shooting hoops every single day, and working on his defense, and he's excited. I'm excited. He's got some cool stuff coming for Christmas from Santa that are going to take his basketball skills to a new level as well. So let's see here. What is the name of the tool that you showed earlier? Storefront Stalker Pro. That's Storefront Stalker Pro in the chat. That link and code, what is it? Drop 25 will save you $25. So if you don't have Storefront Stalker Pro but you want it, you can grab it. There we go. I will make a little bit of a commission off of that. It's built by my good buddy Nate McAllister. And yes, Greg, IP Alert. I agree. I do love IP Alert. Being new to online arbitrage, how much revenue would you say the top 10% of OA peeps do in a year? So that is a difficult question to answer. I know some guys who are doing $3-5 million before they ever switched over to things like wholesale. Okay. The only limit you really have is any bottlenecks you have in your own business and capital. That's really about it. There are deals to find every single day. And the speed at which you can process them is another bottleneck that could have happen. But there are guys doing millions of dollars a year in revenue, top line revenue, not net profit, of course. But there are, that's just tough. The people doing like huge numbers, like $80 million a year, those people are going to be private label, wholesale. They're going to have smaller margins. Places like PharmaPacks and stuff like that. And then the guys doing $5-10 million a year who might be doing all arbitrage, a lot of them aren't loud. They got their heads down working on their business. So I think top 10%, I think Amazon says the top 10% do at least 100,000. I don't know, I have to go back and look at the numbers. But plenty of people can make a living doing this. How do you get daily payouts from Amazon? You have a really old Amazon selling account. Um, my Amazon seller account, I've been paying for it since 2010, maybe 2009 or 2010 is how long I've had it. And because it's such an old account, I've had daily payouts from the beginning when it was still the Wild West of Amazon. Well, I know Tactical Academy grads do well. I certainly hope so. I do have some really great testimonials from Tactical Academy. I'm not pushing that. We just had a crazy good sale on it. Let's see here. What other questions are there? Pretty much everything on the settings of the product search, filter product, remove section on TA can also be done on the product finder section on Keepa. Yes, but those are different things. Keepa is not going to go out and find a product at Target for you to flip on Amazon. So like I could go into the product finder on Keepa and I could find all the products in health and beauty care with less than 5 sellers and selling for $8 or more. Yeah, I could do all of that, but it's not going to tell me that. Keepa's not going to say, here's where you can find this at Target and Walmart and so on. Are there replays of these sessions? I've unfortunately missed some. Yes, if you go to my YouTube channel, which is just Christopher Grant, or you search Tactical Tuesday, and I know that's confusing. This was on Tuesday before, and it switched to Thursday, but Tactical Tuesday sounds better with those hard T's. I've got an actual watch list. You can go through all 17 of these episodes, I think, if you want to. What did you miss on Monday? Alex ran a Cyber Monday sale for new Tactical Arbitrage users where you could essentially buy one, get one free, buy 1 month of Tactical Arbitrage, get one free. Let's see here. Is there a way within view data? Will, my man Will from Ohio dropped the YouTube playlist link, and I'm going to drop it over here on the YouTubes as well. By the way, if you are on YouTube, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the little bell. I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Bob Will is the man. Do we do a conference? We've talked about a conference. Um, we've talked about doing an online arbitrage conference in the past, but if we did, we'd probably do it somewhere like in Hawaii, because it's a good excuse to go to Hawaii and whatnot. But no, we don't. I'm in Florida, Bob. I'm right outside of Orlando. But we don't have a conference right now. Amazon conferences have become seemingly a saturated market, so I'm not 100% sure if we'd be able to fill it up all the way. Let's see. I think I missed a couple questions here. Is there a way within the view data to see the items that TA gathered when also show Amazon out of stock results was checked so that we can differentiate those items from the rest? Sort of how the purple color indicates it is a multi-pack or bundle. So the way that I would do that is if we go here, let's see here. I would go to new sellers, and in the new sellers section, you should be able to put 0 to 0. Okay. Of course, there's going to be none here, but that should do it. Actually, let's remove this. I've never really thought about that. Let's remove this. And what we're going to do is We're actually going to sort. Come on. We're going to sort by number of new sellers. Looks like one. So it looks like I don't have any, but I'm going to guess. I'll have to go through some results and see if I could find something that doesn't have any sellers on it. But if you sort this on new sellers, you should be able to find the ones that um, that are out of stock. Where else can I watch live? We do this on a Zoom. So we're in a Zoom webinar at the moment. Oops, cancel that. Don't want to do that. Almost shut this thing down. Or you can watch here on YouTube. I go live on YouTube from Zoom. So there's kind of two chats going on. What do I think about buying any Baby Yoda items? I think Baby Yoda is going to be huge. I know that I want some Baby Yoda items because I did finally watch Mandalorian over the Thanksgiving break, and it was awesome. And Baby Yoda is the best. Um, Alton, email me that question, please. I don't really have a way to take notes on it, but email me that question so that I can look into it. Chris at cleartheshelf.com. Jenna is curious. Do I have any special repricing strategies right before Christmas? When do I start lowering prices? So I do have some repricing strategies. A lot of the things that I have um, a lot of the things that I have toy wise, I price higher. Okay. So like I have about 5 items in right now that I know are really hot sellers and the price has come down on them. Yeah, but I'm holding on my price. Okay. Uh, However, most of the time, and yeah, I'd say 5. They're all ranked like under 5,000. Some of them are toys, some of them are grocery, and I'm holding my price. The one particular item went down to like 16 at its lowest, and I wanted to get at least like 2150. So I put my minimum at 2150, and then I started grabbing sales. And then before I sold out, it went up to like I sold one of them for 32, but it came back down to around the $24 price range. For a toy, I'm holding out until like 3 days before Christmas. Okay. It's an item that I don't think is going to be in stock. It's an exclusive item. So I went high on it. I went like 3 times MSRP. Uh, and I'm going to hold that until like 3 days before Christmas if it doesn't sell. I may even hold that through Christmas because prices do not necessarily go down at 12:01 a.m. Christmas. Okay. You will see that Q4 extends into January as um, parents with spoiled, I'm sorry, parents with lovely children who did not get what they wanted from Santa then go out and search for the items that they may not have gotten or could not get. Okay. And they will still often pay higher prices because they're out of stock in the stores. And excuse me. So you will notice, and there's also gift cards and things like that. So um, I really am not going to lower my prices until I hit my 90 days. At 90 days, I'm starting to look to liquidate. Okay. Uh, so I really try not to treat it too much differently. There are things like candy canes. Candy canes, you're going to see the price tank when it gets really close to Christmas. I'm going to go ahead and hold out because I know that let's say I sent in 100. Well, I did. I sent in 100 of one type of candy cane, which I'm holding the price on. And I know that even if I'm stuck with 50 after Christmas, that I should still be able to sell through it over the next 3 or 4 months. Okay. So here's the thing. I try not to get emotional about my pricing, and that seems to be what happens quite a bit. Just like the stock market runs on emotion, so do Amazon seller pricing. They think that they're never going to sell through and they're never going to get their money back, so they start lowering the price, and then everyone else starts following them down because they want to see their money as well. So I don't ever invest in inventory with money I can't lose. And that's important. If I were just starting out and I could only afford $100, then that's all I would invest. And if now I can invest more and I could lose it and it would be okay. It would not be the end of the world. Okay. I don't want to, but it happens. Scared money don't make money. Let's see here. What's the best strategy to only find oversized products with TA? In tactical arbitrage, the best way to do that would be to turn on the column. I would run a regular search, okay? But there is a column for, where's it at here? Product size. Now, I don't keep it on because I don't care whether it's a small product or a large product, but I would go to product size. I'd have that turned on, and I would scroll over to it, and then I would only put in that I want, say, items with large standard size, small oversize, special oversize, and so on. And that would be the best way to find items that are just oversized. That's a great question. I like where you're going with that. Do you use any of Amazon's advertising offers, PPC, promoted listings, etc.? I run PPC on everything that I sell. It is cheap pay per click. I run it like 5 or 7 cents per click maximum, and I spend a maximum of like $12 or $15 a day, and I just let Amazon do its thing. It is probably not the best way to do it. And I probably should go through my reports and figure out what keywords and things like that are in there. But for OA, I found that it works. And I run around a 7 to 9% ACOS. So it's profitable. Is a good rule of thumb to hold 90 days and then max price net loss of 20%. I like that rule of thumb. So what I do is at 90 days, I go to a break even, and then at what's right after at 120 days, I go to negative 20%. Unless I know that the product is just flatlined and I have to get out of it, then I'll just tank the price. Hey, I wrote this message on Facebook earlier. What are your thoughts around holding the inventory I have for merchant fulfill versus sending anything to FBA at this point? I bought a bunch on Cyber Monday, but I'm hesitant to send to FBA as I don't think it'll get there in time per their schedules outlined in the past. I would probably merchant fulfill some of these smaller items. Last year and this year, we shipped in up to the week before Christmas with toys and things like that, because I know that things are going to go out and be sold after Christmas, and I honestly just don't want to merchant fulfill We've got a shipment that needs to be sent out of 275 items, and I don't want to merchant fulfill all of these. So we're going to send them in. And if they're not there in time, I'm sure they'll be um, I'm sure they'll be sold after Christmas. So if you're willing to merchant fulfill, I'd absolutely go for it and get that quick turnaround on the money. But uh, if you're okay with letting it hold for a little bit and take, a week, 2 weeks to get in there, then I would. The thing that you could do is maybe pay a little bit extra to make sure that all of your inventory goes to, all of the same SKU go to the same warehouse so that you have fewer split shipments, and hopefully it would get checked in a little bit faster. I'm having trouble liquidating some post 90-day items, even selling at a loss. Any radical recommendations? I mean, if you are absolutely not able to sell them, it depends. Like, is it because it doesn't sell, or is it because people can't, they're tanking the price to $3.99 and they'll go to $3.98? Honestly, at that point, I'm probably going to be looking at doing a removal order and just donating it and just taking the loss. We've got a few places we donate our stuff to, and I've already got it in my cost of goods sold, so I'll just give it to them and just not worry about it anymore. Uh, Paul, so you're asking some questions about Keepa that I don't really get into in these Tactical Thursdays, and like I'm pretty transparent, but there are a few things that I hold back for my Tactical Arbitrage Academy folks, and going really deep into Keepa is one of them. We've got a couple hours on Keepa inside of Tactical Arbitrage Academy, and I've promised that I wouldn't share that on Tactical Thursday, so I'm sorry. Let's see here. What type of products and or categories have you found to be more prone to IP complaints? Honestly, that's all over the board. Uh, I see fewer in toys, but cosmetics, uh, sport. I mean, it's everywhere. IP complaints are everywhere. They are the hot thing for brand managers, et cetera, and so on. Um, so that's kind of hard to say. How do you update PPC by adding new products? I just add the new products to an ongoing PPC campaign that I have, which I call cheap clicks. How about outdoor Christmas decorations, e.g., inflatables? When do you start lowering prices? Um, I don't know, maybe a couple of days before Christmas. Uh, rednecks still buy those to put them in their yard for after Christmas too. Um, I typically don't sell a lot of inflatables. I've always had a high return rate. Hector, I appreciate that. I appreciate those kind words, man. TA Academy was 100% worth it. I've barely scratched the surface and already feel more confident running searches and finding profit. Thank you. Let's see here, Jenna. Thank you so much. I'm holding my prices. It is scary. I totally get it. If you're a newer seller, it is absolutely scary to hold your prices. Um, we're we're in a weird time right now. It was just Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and people were shopping like crazy. And it's like, I will be honest, my sales today sucked. Yesterday were fine, but Black Friday through Cyber Monday, they were amazing. But we're in kind of a dull period over the next week or so. And then you're going to start seeing those last minute shoppers pick back up. So we're going to see another uptick in huge amounts of buying. And not like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but it's going to happen. Let's see here. Would you, as Alex, when clicks on image and push image? Yeah, I always put my images side by side right here. Always. I have Tactical Bucket and I've been using XPaths for different sites with TA. The results have been poor on most sites with very few products found. Is this normal? The only filter is ROI greater than 15%. Shoot me an email with what sites. I have all of the sites in Tactical Bucket as well. It could just be that the site, if it's a title only or something like that, maybe maybe it's just a really poorly done site. And if that's the case, it may just be the way it is. But I could take a look. Is it better a 90-day average rank or 30-day average rank on Keepa? I like to look at both. It's just the click of a button. You want to be able to see what the trend is over a longer period of time. For example, if it's, let's say, candy canes, for example, it's December now, so they should be going nuts. November, they may not be as good, but if you can get them in November, you very well may sell them. It's just not going to be as crazy. And the same goes for October. It's going to be even less. So I like to be able to look at both of them. I default to 90 days because it gives me a 3-month trend, but I like to look at several different data points. Do you feel that you get results on OA, RA running PPC? Yeah, I know. I do. So I'm doing two things. One, I'm running PPC. I know that it's bringing in sales because Amazon tells me. Hopefully, they're telling me the truth. But it's profitable. I'm running my PPC at profit. The other thing I'm doing is I'm using EasyKey and I'm updating the backend keywords. And what I've noticed there is that when I update those backend keywords with EasyKey, is that I'm able to lower my pay-per-click costs. So I'm kind of getting it there as well. And if you're worried, Rita, you only pay for a click when you have the buy box. So you're not going to be paying for clicks if you don't hold the buy box. So you can't go spending a bunch of money and sell other people's stuff for them. Sorry, there was a question in here that I know that I missed. Trying to find it here. Yeah, I could add some PPC to TA Academy, most certainly. Oh, I think someone asked, are we 50-50 RA, OA or something? Oh, yeah, here we are. Are you 50-50 with RA and OA? For me, I really enjoy all the data you get with OA. So we are in Q4, we're probably 80-20 RA, OA. Because I like to go to places that are running sales like Target, like like Ross and TJ Maxx and places like that. There's just so much money on the shelves. So in Q4, we're probably 80-20 RA, OA. Outside of Q4, it's totally flipped. It's too hot to go out. And so we're doing 80% OA, 20% RA, and that 20% RA is just because we're out grocery shopping or whatever, and we're buying up coffee. Sam, thank you for picking up Tactical Academy over Black Friday. I appreciate that. EasyKey, I did a video with Barbara from EasyKey, but basically, EasyKey goes in and figures out what kind of back-end keywords a listing should have, because most listings, like if I create a listing for this pen, it's something I picked up doing RA or OA, I'm probably not going to fill in all of the information like I should. Okay, I'm going to fill in my bullet points. I'm going to fill in the title. I'm going to put up the pictures that are required, but I may not completely optimize the back-end keywords for pen, blue, Bic, ink, etc. So EasyKey goes in and I don't know exactly how the magic works, but she explained it all, and it figures out what similar listings look like and what keywords they're having, and then it pulls all the best keywords for your particular listing and updates those back-end keywords to try to help you get in front of more eyeballs. And it all does it just automatically for you. So it's something that I've been using, and it's kind of hard. It's hard to put, like, yes, I started using this and it's made me this much money. But what I do see is I see that the sales go up a little bit when I fix the listing and my PPC comes down. So as long as I'm using Easy Key on a regular basis. So it's been interesting. Let's see here. Paul, I'm actually not sure. I would need to go in and look. In reverse search, if you are a tactical arbitrage user, you can actually do that in reverse search. You can scan bestsellers, most wished, and movers and shakers. Outside of that, I don't think you can get that data anywhere else because this pulls directly from the Amazon API. When your item sells through, do you delete an inventory lab? No, I never delete it out of inventory lab. I always want it there. Every 30 days or so, I will go in and clean up my Seller Central listings of items that I'm not going to replenish. But I'm not, I'm not like a super neat freak about it. Just every 30 days, if I know I'm not going to replenish something, then I will get out of there. Okay. If you guys have questions, make sure to start dropping them in now. We've been going at this almost 2 hours. So in the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to start giving some stuff away. But I want to make sure I get all your guys' questions answered as well. Bob says, as a new seller, what category should I begin with until I get ungated in other categories? Well, as a new seller, I'm not sure what you're gated in and ungated in these days. But I like toys. Toys sell year round if you are ungated in those. Clothing and shoes is easy to get ungated in. Not all brands, but the actual category. Look in places like home improvement, which is actually a good category to sell in. There's a lot of things there that sell well. Baby products is going to be hard. Health and beauty is going to be hard. Kitchen and dining could be a good category. Patio, lawn and garden. So there are well, heck, I can't even remember. There's like 300 and some million products. So there's definitely some products out there to sell. I guarantee that. Let's see. Adrian, can you show how to restart a scan? I really need to kind of set it up, but if you will email me this question, can you show how to restart a scan after 72 hours? I will make a video and post it in the Tactical Arbitrage group for you. Because I need to kind of set one up and stop it and so on and so forth. But I will do that for you if you'll shoot me an email reminder. GDL, smash that like button. Absolutely. Which is the Tactical Arbitrage group on Facebook? It is called FBA Tactical Arbitrage. It's got a very 80s logo to it. Let me see here. I might. I do. I've got a link right there. That is the group that you want to join. There. All right. All right, guys, let's grab this. Let's see. Oh, yes, great. Frontier Co-op is great to get ungated in some categories. I'm out of water. All right, let's dig in here. We've got 98 responses. I'm going to shut off responses for the things to win. I'm going to grab these names here and let's give away some stuff. All right. So what we are going to be giving away this evening, the first thing is let's do 2 Tactical Arbitrage t-shirts. So if you win, you're going to need to email me your your name, address, size, and color that you want. Okay. My email is chris@cleartheshelf.com. And the first winner of the Tactical Arbitrage t-shirt this evening is Scott J. Scott J, shoot me an email, man. I will get you a Tactical Arbitrage t-shirt. And the next winner of a Tactical Arbitrage t-shirt is Jeff P. Jeff P. If you will, if you'll shoot me an email, I will get you a Tactical Arbitrage shirt as well. Next up, let's do we've got 3 winners for the iLoveSupplies.com poly bags. It's 100. It's a multi-pack of different sizes. So we're going to give away 3 of these. And the first one goes to Kevin M. Kevin M, shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com. Gonna need your address as well so we can get you those poly bags. The second winner, Mac Gage, you were so close, man. Alan C. Alan C, shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com. I will get you taken care of as well for the poly bags. And the third winner of poly bags this week is Kelly R. Kelly R, shoot me an email and we'll get you some poly bags from iLoveSupplies.com. And the next thing, let's give away 2 copies of our Chrome extension IP Alert. IP Alert lets you know of brands that like to bully you with IP complaints or cease and desist letters. And the first winner is Maria A. Maria, shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com and I will get you taken care of with a copy of IP Alert, the Google Chrome extension. And the next winner will, no, the wheel is not fixed. This is directly from the inner tubes where everything is true. Christine W., if you will shoot me an email at chris@cleartheshelf.com, I will get you a copy of IP Alert as well. And then the last thing I have to give away this week is do 1 free membership to Tactical Arbitrage Academy. And this will go to Howard H. Howard H, shoot me an email and I will get you a free membership to Tactical Arbitrage Academy. I will bring snacks next week, Mac. And hey, guys, I appreciate you guys being here. If you have questions for me, please feel free to email me so that I can bring them to next week's Tactical Thursday. You can also tag me on Facebook. I am always around. I appreciate you guys being here. Please don't forget to murder that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It certainly helps the YouTube algorithm. Smash the little bell to get notified when I go live again, and hit the subscribe button because honestly, it just makes me look good. So have a profitable week, guys. Good selling, and I will see you next Thursday.